Good. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Happy holidays. I see there's a few of you here already. Please say hello in the chat. Let me know that you're here. I would love to know who's here with me this morning. It's so good to be here. I am in Quebec. I am with my family. I'm having an amazing time this holiday season, partly because I planned it, right? I planned it last year. I planned that I would be here, that I would take some weeks off. And as any entrepreneur knows, even when you take weeks off, you still show up, you adjust, you make things work so that people can be connected, right? People are connected with us. You're here. I'm here. I am delighted. Hello, and happy holidays from Sophia. Sophia, I believe, is in Italy right now. Thank you for being here, Sophia. Welcome and good morning to all of you. Good morning to all of you. So, as usual, this is our weekly Duchenne Method Q&A. This week, exceptionally, is this morning on Tuesday, December 27th, because I had no access to internet yesterday, far up in the mountain, which is so lovely to be able to disconnect. In fact, we had a little adventure. There's a lot of electricity that is out in the province of Quebec right now. So I was all the way up in the mountain with no electricity. And so I had to come back to Montreal earlier than I thought. And still, it was a beautiful time. We spent some really quality time with all of my family. And so today, as usual, Duchenne Method Q&A. This is where I attempt to demystify the mind-body connection for you to achieve optimal health, and so that you might use these tools in your daily life. You are invited here into our sacred circle of creation to acknowledge, engage, and support one another into discussing topics all related to mind-body alignment. So I thought that we would do something a little bit special today, meaning we would want to take a look back. Let's look back at what happened in 22 just for a moment as a tool to propel us forward. Hi there. Hey, good morning. Nice to see you. Welcome to this week's Duchenne Method Q&A. So I really want to invite you today to participate, be here with me, ask questions, answer questions, because this is a very integrative, interactive live that I want to do with you. I really want to be able for us to communicate. And especially right now, because it's the end of the year, in a few days, it'll be January 1st. We're moving into 2023. And I really believe that there is a lot that we can do together by doing a quick review of what happened in 2022. And for you, I'd like to suggest that you do a much longer review. Take a look at 2022. And usually what I do is I do 2 columns. And I go off of memory. Now, just so you know, excuse me, I have a very large calendar that I buy every year. It's a desk calendar, and I use it. I use a pen, pencils, colors, and I write in what I do every single day. I've been doing this for years, probably since 2006, 7. I've been doing it for years. And every year I have my calendar, I write down what I do every day. And what has transpired from this is that I can really see how my life is developing based on the practices that I choose to do on a daily basis. And so for all of us, when you do something for that long, right, how long is that? Almost 15 years of me taking note of every single thing that I do every single day. And that's different from journaling, right? So, excuse me. Once you get into the practice of writing down what you do every single day, you have a gauge of where you're going, especially year after year. Maybe not day after day. If you look yesterday, what you did may or may not be so helpful. But if you do this on a regular basis and month after month, year after year, you go back and you look at your progress, two columns, what has worked in 2022? Really search your mind and what has not worked. And when you write down what you do on a daily basis, even if it's just a short check in, a lot of the time, what I'll do also is I'll just write down how I'm feeling on any given day. I'll wake up one morning and I might not be feeling so great. I'll write it down. I feel I have the blues this morning. And then throughout the day, what starts to happen is my mood changes. Most of the time, if I'm feeling a little blue or I'm having a problem or like I'm not moving forward or I feel alone or whatever the situation might be, I am finding more and more that throughout the day, things change. And that is based on my practice. Because if I write down, if I wake up in the morning and I'm not feeling great, I notice it, I take a deep breath, I go get my hot water with lemon, I'll sit and meditate. And 99, well, actually, it's 100% of the time, of course, my state changes. So I tend to feel better as the day moves forward. Okay. So, two columns. What has worked in 2022? What has not worked in 2022? And what would you like to see work better for you in 2023? Okay, here we go. You can write down in the comments, what do you feel has worked for you in 2022? Like maybe one or two things, and also what has not worked for you in 2022, so that we have a basis from which to start on to begin with. All right, so I want to not waste any time and go right into the topics. Excuse me, I'm going to take a little drink of water. Go right into the topics for 2023. The very first thing that I want to share with you is we're talking about mind-body alignment. This year, I branded the Duchenne method, which is a combination. It's a very simple proprietary system of my proprietary system of acknowledgement, engagement, and support. These are 3 steps that I have found when I apply them to any area of my life. First, to acknowledge myself. Once I'm acknowledged, I feel I have more energy to engage with whatever it is that I want to move forward with. And thirdly, to find support. Now, I find support with myself, and also I need support from the outside world. I need support from you. I need support from my friends, from my family. So, very simply, the reason why I branded my name, there's a few reasons. One of the most important reasons is because the Duchenne method, Duchenne means of the oak tree, and it is a system, a rooting system of the oak tree that is super powerful. And because I'm so into community and because I want to reach so many people, and you might too, my name is actually a rooting system into connecting to more people. So I thought, well, why not? It's actually pretty auspicious that I have a name that is of the oak tree. It's also representation of how I want to show up in the world. I want to show up grounded, present, visible, strong, connected, and reaching out to hundreds of thousands of millions of people. That's how I want to be in the world. I want to do work that has impact. I want to do work that matters. And if you want to do work that matters in this world, it's going to require a few things, a few qualities, a few practices to move you into that direction. But that's just one thing. Moving into a direction is one thing. That's the start. Maintaining, sustaining, being alive, being healthy as you move forward. That is the key. The key to start. Yes, of course, we have to start something. Absolutely. We want to start. But then how do we maintain it? How do we sustain it? How do we move forward with gravitas, right? With energy, with staying focused on our plan, even if we don't have 500,000 likes, even if people don't show up to all of your lives. We have to find something that we want to do that has a deeper meaning and purpose to us in our life. The true reason why you're here. And this is why I do this work, is really to help people connect to the true reason why you are on this planet, to really look at the glass half full, to really discipline yourself, to become a peak performer in the art of seeing the glass half full. It requires energy and discipline because you have to get rid of stuff. You have to make space for this new presence, for this new awareness that you're moving into. So that means that you're going to have to cut some things out. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Sally Ann. Welcome. Wonderful to see you. Please say hello in the comments once you're here. I'm just checking on my phone to see who else has shown up. Okay, great. So moving forward, and this is something also that has nothing to do with how old you are, doesn't have anything to do with how much money you have. It's about you starting from where you are at this moment. And what I want to share that is super important that I have found throughout my life as a practitioner, what I have found working with people intimately as a coach in my programs, and especially on my table as a Hello Work structural integration practitioner, right? I know, Sally, you can relate to that one as well, is that there is somewhere within us where we need to be reminded, that we are on the right track. We need to be reminded that we're doing good work. We cannot do that alone. And what happens is if you're not reminded of these things on a regular basis, there is a possibility that you will lose confidence in what you're doing. You lose confidence in yourself. And so the most important thing as we move into 2023 is I want to help you build confidence in yourself. Build confidence. And here's what I found out. I did a little bit of research on confidence and in relationship to mind, body, health, of course, right? So, confidence, I found out, it's really a great way to put it. Confidence needs evidence, right? Confidence needs evidence. You have to be able to see evidence, proof of confidence in order for you to integrate it. And then evidence, of course, requires real live action. Confidence is the result of something. So, what does that mean? The more you do something, the more you practice something, the more confident you become. Would you agree? Yes or no? So, what's the problem then? A lot of the time is that we don't take the time to practice. We don't take the time to apply ourselves in building the action and taking action into the direction of what we want to do. We're stunted, we're stopped, we're halted. And the way that that happens with the halting, a lot of the time, it's going to be this little voice that comes into your head from stories of your past that hold you back from moving forward. And that gnaws at your confidence. Take a moment right now and establish where you are within yourself with confidence. Do you feel confident in your life? Because if you feel confident, you're going to also continue to take action towards that because confidence feels good. Confidence gives you the energy to move forward, but you can't become confident without evidence, right? So evidence comes through action. We must take action. And I really, really want to encourage you to take action in 2023. I'll give you an example of what I'm taking action. Well, this is why I'm here actually, right? So part of my taking action last year brought me here this year, where I can do my work, I can be with my family, I can enjoy the holidays, I can be in my favorite weather of all time, which is snow, which is like, the sun that is coming through the snow, coming through the windows, right? So I can be in a state of total happiness, groundedness. I'm free. I can travel. I can move around, still do my work. And this builds my confidence, of course, because I show up every week and I decide to do these lives, whether I have one person, no people, or 55 people, or 100 or 500. The point is to continue to put into practice your actions. What do you need to take action with in order to grow? I see that more people are joining us. Please say hello in the chat. I would love to know that you are here. Happy, happy holidays to you. I'm talking about confidence. I'm talking about the fact that confidence needs evidence, and evidence is something that will come through action taking. The first thing that you might want to ask yourself is, what do you want confidence in? What do you want confidence in? Do you want to be an amazing performer? Do you want to be someone who is a presenter, a speaker? You want to develop confidence in your presentation skills. You want to develop confidence as a mother. You want to develop confidence in your work and your career and what you're doing. Thank you. Yeah. So you want to move forward into building your confidence, but confidence requires building blocks, steps, one step at a time. And you will not be able to build confidence without taking action, consistent daily action. It doesn't have to be a huge thing. These can be small steps. In fact, taking small steps. And you've heard this a million times, right? I am not reinventing the wheel here. This is not rocket science. How many of you, though, how many of you who are here with me right now actually practice taking small steps every day towards building confidence? Because that's how you build your health, you see. This is my loop. This is my mind-body alignment loop. As you build more confidence, you become healthier, because through confidence, you develop better decision-making skills. When we're confident, we have the tendency of developing better decision-making skills. And this is super important, because we all think we have a whole lot of time, right? We really don't have a whole lot of time. We have some time, and then life keeps moving forward. So my question to you is, as you move into 2023, one of the first tools that I want you to invite you to investigate, to deepen, is your level of confidence in your art, in your work, in your career. Do you want to go back to school this year? Do you want to get your master's, your PhD? Do you want to get better physical fitness? Do you want to become a better partner? Do you want to become a more confident father? This is so important. Confidence is not overrated. And confidence is very different than being arrogant, right? Or being, excuse me, over the top confidence. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about an internal, solid alignment with yourself towards becoming more confident. Hello, hello, hello. Happy 3-day of Christmas. I so agree. Action speaks louder than words. That is motivating. Yes. Thank you, Sally Ann. Exactly. Ciao. Who is this? Ciao. Is that Pranjal? I'm not sure, but welcome. Nice to have you here this morning. Okay. So confidence comes with repetition, with taking action. Repetition is the mother of skill. There's a necessity for us as humans to keep moving forward in our lives. We have to keep moving forward in order to create new things, to become more creative. Confidence doesn't show up unless we take the steps to get there. It's really, really important to understand also it is a systematic and strategic planning model, just like we're doing today. Today we are planning, we're talking about 3 important components of mind-body alignment: health, your overall health, your mental health, psychological health, emotional health, physiological health, your finances. Very important. I always put finances in mind-body alignment, because not enough people understand money, not enough people talk about money. And to be honest with you, a lot of us don't understand how money really works. And so most of us have limiting beliefs about what money is, about what wealth is. So I always involve finances because we need money to live. That's a necessity. It's a must. In my book, it's a must. So I have health, mind, body, spirit, emotion. I have finances that I always talk about, and we will in a minute. And thirdly, your spiritual life. There has to be a connection with a spiritual life. Don't you think so? Hello, happy Christmas. Hi, Christine. Welcome. Lovely to see you. Hey, Pranjal. Pranjal, Pranjal. Are you in India or Italy, Pranjal? Welcome. Lovely to see you all. Okay, so we started with building, looking forward, looking ahead 2023. And my first invitation for you in mind body alignment health. And what I've seen a lot of in 2022 was a lack of confidence in a lot of people. And that is because we went through some really tough years. COVID was really hard on a lot of people. And so it rocked our boat. It rocked our relationship to what we normally know, isn't it? We came into this new normal, and this is it. This is the new normal. We're never going back to what was before. And because of human resiliency, because as a collective, the tendency for humans is always to look for the light, meaning is to look for what works, even though some of us may get stunted or stuck, even depressed for a little while. What we really want is for our life to work, to move forward. And so we look for the light. We look for the crack. We look to see where the light comes in, as Leonard Cohen would say. You are in Italy, Pranjal. Wonderful. With your family. Thank you. Merry Christmas to your whole family as well. Thank you. So, my friends, confidence. Again, confidence can only be cultivated through action. For example, this year, one of the things that I decided to do was to start this live. To do something on a weekly basis. And every time I do it, I get a little bit more confident because I have to prepare. So here's the beautiful thing about doing stuff like this. Excuse me. Here's the beautiful thing about doing stuff like this is once you take a step, and you all know this because you've done this yourselves. Once you take a step, once you move into action of moving forward, of moving ahead, into the philosophy of possibility. This is a huge piece of what I teach in my coaching program, which I'll talk to you about at the end of this session. Okay. I don't want to mix things up. So, the philosophy of possibility, there has to be a part of you that decides to look towards the light, optimism and positivity. This is not a pipe dream. This is not something that is, oh, you're just so positive and it's kind of all fluff in the air. Indeed, it is not. Because how many of you on this call have worked towards becoming more positive and optimist, and it required work? Let me see, let me know if you have developed this relationship with confidence. It requires work to see the glass half full, to be confident, to be positive, to be optimist, even in the eye of challenge, even in the eye of something breaking down, failing, trying to launch a class, a program, teaching, investing money, and you lose some money. And you still, the resilience, right? This level of confidence that I'm talking about to nurture so that you might continue to move forward, to move ahead. So it's not about what doesn't work. I mean, things that don't work happen for everyone all the time. Isn't it true? Things don't work for me all the time. I'm sure they don't work for you all the time. But what do you choose to focus on? What do you choose to focus on at the end of the day? So this year in 2023, as you move into cultivating more personal confidence, what is it that you want to do? Hey, give me some answers. Who wants to, lack of confidence? Yes, I know. Who wants to share something that you want to move into in 2023, that you want to evolve, expand into? Share something that you want to grow into 2023 in relationship to building confidence. This is the first thing I wanted to talk about in relationship to mind-body alignment. How do we build confidence? resiliency, maintaining, sustaining a level of continuity in your life that uplifts you, that gives you options, even in the eye of defeat or failure. Okay, this is number one of mind body alignment, looking ahead, looking forward into 2023. The second thing that I'd like to explore with you and to review a little bit are your finances. I want to grow consistency. Yes, I want to grow into abundance. Thank you. Let's see. Lack of confidence. Ha 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 ha. Ah, Nelson, thank you for sharing that. Let's see. Pranjal. Let's see. Lack of confidence, Sophia. You want to move into abundance, Pranjal. Beautiful. Sophia wants to grow into consistency. Thank you. Consistency is a huge thing, is it not? So, for example, when we commit to a vision larger than ourselves, when we commit to doing something that requires for us to show up on a consistent basis, that is a really good platform, Sophia, for you to have to do it. For example, I committed to doing these lives a few months ago. I've been showing up every week to do these lives because I have people who show up for me. So this is one of the ways to build consistency. You put yourself in a little bit of a hot seat. The other thing that showed up this year, based on our salut Maxime, hey, my nephew is here, awesome, my beautiful, intelligent, entrepreneurial nephew. I'm so proud of him. I just want to say that. Bravo Maxime, it's awesome. C'est super que t'es là. He's a fantastic father too. He has his own business. He has a really intense, big business. He has a family, a beautiful wife, Marie-Lee. They have beautiful children and another one on the way, right? So someone like him would want to build more confidence, right? That's super important. There's always a space where I think the magic point is when you can meet confidence with humility, when you can grab those two together. Confidence and humility really proves to be a very successful recipe I have found. And I continue to work on it. Now, consistency. Create an environment where you need to show up every week. Create an environment where you have to be there for people. What happened on our the Duchenne Method Facebook group page is all of a sudden we started talking about gratitude. I don't know exactly. I can't remember how it started. And I thought, you know what? Let's write our gratitudes on a daily basis. Let's start that. Let's do a 12-month experiment, a year long. I'm also a process person. I believe in going into processes. So we write our gratitudes daily. And most people have not been exactly daily, but pretty close to it, myself included. I missed one day because we ran out of electricity and I couldn't tap in. And the next day I just began again. So, Sophia, consistency. Create environments where you have to show up. That is a really, really great way. And as you build your consistency towards this, there has to be a space where within you, because you're confident about the direction you're moving into by taking action, there is a place where you want to maintain this. You have to sustain it. You can't get discouraged when people or 25 people or 30 people or 40 people don't show up for a workshop, for example. We just have to keep going. This is why we have our Facebook group page. This is why we write our gratitudes. This is why we share communally in our circle as a support system. And my commitment to you is to show up every day so that you have somewhere to go. And even when people don't show up every day, I don't decide to not show up. No, I made a commitment. So you see how those work together in order to create a sense of presence and resiliency within your midline, mind, body, spirit, and emotional alignment. Okay, abundance, Pranjal. Yes, abundance. So are you talking about abundance of money? Abundance from your heart space, abundance in wanting to acquire material things, abundance in evolving your spiritual practice, abundance in your self-talk, Specify. You may or may not share it here, and you're welcome to, of course. And again, when you do your 2 columns of what worked, what didn't work in 2022, and you're going to do those same 2 columns for 2023, by the way, not the what doesn't work, because we're just starting. So, Pranjal, if you want to have more abundance in your life, love, where? Be specific. Specificity is key. It is the key to success. Be specific. Money, love, spirituality, and experiences. Awesome. So under each of those, Pranjal, under money, you're going to write how much money you want to make in 2023. And this is for all of us. Write down right now how much money you want to make in 2023 and go a little bit further. Go a little bit further. I'm trying to get the right sun here so you can see my face properly. Okay. Go a little bit further than what is comfortable. Okay. Go beyond what is comfortable. So let's say you wanted to make, I don't know, $100,000 in 2023. I would suggest you go to 125, write down 125, go a little bit beyond. Does that make sense, everyone? Go a little bit beyond. Open yourself up to what's possible from the universe. Always remember that you're not alone. We are energetic beings. We are connected to the universe. We are connected to nature. We are nature. When we put out in the world what we want to see, like our gratitudes, then we get more back. It's just the way it works. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with wanting to make a lot of money. If ever there's somewhere in your mind where you think you should only be making a certain amount of money, I want to invite you to explore that a little bit deeper. And I will definitely be talking more about that in 2023 because it's such a huge topic. And for so many people, there's something wrong with making a lot of money, or there's a relationship to that is minimizing in some way, and would be really great to get rid of that belief in 2023. All right. Money, love, love, love. Yes, spirituality and experiences. So under each of those topics, Pranjal, you're going to write exactly specifically what do you mean in terms of love, more love, how? Be specific. Spirituality, how will you practice? What will your practice become so that you are more spiritually confident, right? Confidence also in spirituality, integrating it with humility and experiences. Be specific for yourself. What type of experiences do you want to have in 2023? And one thing that I have added to my recipe when I create my plans for 2023 is I have added this component of realism. So there's optimism, there's positivity, there's the glass half empty, and then realism. If you are making $50,000 this year in 2022, it might not be realistic to hope to make $250,000 in 2023. Be optimally realist. Does that make sense? Don't go too far ahead. Don't move too fast. It doesn't work, especially today. There has to be a much more strategy, a much more specific planning methodology for you to attain your goals. So I don't mean realistic as in holding yourself back. I certainly mean realistic in the way that you are making jumps. So if you're making 50,000 this year, unless you have a lot of support and unless some sort of magical something or other comes to you, you might be able to make $250,000 in 2023, but that's not usually how it happens. If you're making 50, you might make 100 in 2023 if you really focus maniacally. Okay, does that make sense? Give me a 1 in the comments if that makes sense to you, if you understand. If you have any questions or if you'd like to share a comment, please do so. I want to make this interactive. Okay, money. We're not quite done with money yet. I want to talk a little bit more. So last week, I talked about finances specifically in order of I want to share 11 points with you. So you might want to write these down. The first one in finances for 2023, evaluate where you stand. Where are you right now financially? Be realistic. And I really want to invite you to know to the penny. Know to the penny how much money you have. Hey, Natalie. Hello, my friend. Welcome. So good to see you from California. Yes, specificity, spiritual confidence, humility, realism. Thanks, Nat. Love you. And yes, okay, so it makes sense. Great. So, finances. Where are you in this moment? Be realistic about where you are in this moment. Literally know to the penny how much money you have. Don't be afraid to look at the bottom line of how much money you have. Money requires respect. It demands respect. It demands to be handled in a way where it is acknowledged. With whom? With it. You have to engage with money. You have to know what you have. You have to know where you want to go with it. And thirdly, you need the support in order to make more money. So there's going to be a platform here this year on this page, on the Duchenne Method private Facebook group page. I'm going to talk about money this year. I'm going to really talk about money because I have had some really great mentors, some really great insights about how to make money, how to invest money. And especially now where it's doom and gloom in many parts of the world around money. Not so, not so. I contest it. I do not agree. There is always a space for us to move forward and to make money and to become more confident in how we handle money. So the first piece to that is know where you stand with your money. The second thing about finances that I talked about last week was to set smart financial goals. Super important, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. As we move into the new year, we will be looking at how we can do that together. Meaning, if you have a goal every quarter of the year, so maybe for the next 3 months, you want to put a little bit more money savings away. Well, how might you do that? Especially if you're a 9 to 5 job where you feel that you can't make more money. I'm going to be talking about this more and more this year in terms of how to develop more confidence in making money and finding ways. If there was ever a time we can do it, it's now. Why? Because we have access to so much via the internet. At the same time, the internet can be a horrible tunnel of hellbound directionality because there's too much, right? There's too much information. There are too many experts. There's too many people telling us what to do. So for me, specificity has been key in learning how to make a little bit extra money here and there, how to create more opportunities for other people to become more aligned, mind, body, spirit, emotion, and spiritually, because spiritually, we can also develop a wider consciousness around how to have more wealth and abundance that is also about money. It's okay to want to make money. Number 3, we want to update your budget on a regular basis. So my friends, please look at what you spent in 2022. Are you spending too much money on sneakers? Are you spending too much money on kombucha? I'm guilty of that, right? I love kombucha. So where is it that you might want to start looking at, just even if it's $5 per week? It's not the amount at the beginning that's really important. It's the habit. To your point, Sophia, consistency of putting little bits of money away. The general rule of thumb is that you will put 10% of money away that you make every week, every month, however it works for you. Okay. Updating your budget on a regular basis, at least 4 times a year. Okay. Update your budget 4 times a year. We want to have, next point, we want to have an emergency fund. An emergency fund is anywhere from 12 to 18 months of money put aside in case of an emergency. Do you all have an emergency fund? Which looks like an emergency fund is your rent for the next 12 to 18 months. It's food provisions. It's gasoline if you have a vehicle. It's your paying for your vehicle, your travel, your car insurance, or your transportation, whether it's via train, anything that is essential to you on a monthly basis. That's what you want to have as an emergency fund, 12 to 18 months. If you don't have that organized, don't worry. You can organize it. I will help you do that this year. Okay? Who's in for having a really sustainable emergency fund? Give me a 1 in the comments if you are ready to figure out your emergency fund. Super important. All righty. Here's the next point. Pay down your debt. Do you have debt? Yes, if you have debt, okay, we have to pay it down. I would like for you to write down right now how, thank you for the ones, appreciate it. Thanks, Nat. Thanks, everyone. Okay, if you have debt, what type of debt do you have? Write it down right now. 1 in for the emergency fund. Thank you. Yes, Pranjal, awesome. Let me just see who else said yes. Yeah, Natalie, Pranjal. Awesome. Sophia. Okay, you guys, you committing to this right now means that 2023 is going to be a reality for you. Once you commit, once you say yes, even if it's small in the beginning, it doesn't matter. We have to be savvy. You know, the world has changed. Things have changed. You can't be living paycheck to paycheck anymore, even though that's the reality for a lot of people. And I have no blame, shame, right? No blame, shame. This is part of how the world works. We're talking about you right now. You have the power. If you're here with me, you have the power to look at how you can make more money and have an emergency fund in 2023. And we start small, realistic, manageable steps, especially if you have debt. So, if you have debt, do you know how much in debt you are? How much money do you owe? So, what we do is we look at that totality and we figure out a plan for 2023, how you can pay down your debt on a monthly basis. It might only be a little bit of money. Believe me, over time, it counts. But what we don't do is put all our money towards paying off our debt. No, we don't do that. What we do is we take money and we invest it so that money can grow for us and help us pay our debt off more easily in the near future. Does that make sense? If you have debt, we're not going to pay off your debt immediately. We are going to instead focus on investing money first so that the money can make money on itself. Then you slowly start to pay off your debt when you have a little bit more cushion behind you. It's a strategy. We have to strategize this. Does this make sense? This is super, super important. Okay, paying down your debt, organize your investments. We will also be talking about more how to organize your investments in 2023. We're also going to talk about preparing for retirement. Have you even ever thought about that? How do you prepare for retirement? Start your estate planning. That's a little bit more elaborate. I may go into that a little bit more this year, but I really want to stick to the fundamentals. Okay. Make sure that if you have any assets in your life, if you have a house, if you have a car, if you have if you have other properties, if you have land, you want to insure all of your assets. That is super important. Plan for taxes, another super important. You should know how much you're paying in taxes every year. If you don't know how much you're paying in taxes every year or how your taxes will go up in 2023, we also want to get educated around that. And finally, for finances, to review your plan regularly, right? That's also part of consistency. Sophia, we have to go, repeat, look, expand into what we know we have, and then think about how we can make more, and also be able to review your plan on a consistent basis. So I'm saying every quarter, of course, but I also do it every month. So I have a meeting with my financial and business planner / advisor every single month, and we talk about it, and then I see what's possible for me. And I guarantee you 100% hand to fire that it works, because that's what I've been doing and it's been working for me. And I want it to work for you. I want you to have the confidence to really know how to organize yourselves successfully for 2023. Baby steps, Many of you are very young. If you're in your 30s, and even if you're in your early 40s, there's plenty of time, right? Even if you're in your 50s, to be honest, there is plenty of time. You just have to know how to be more strategic and disciplined. And in order for that to become a reality, we must first and foremost build confidence in ourselves that we can do it, that we have the resiliency and the power to maintain and sustain our focus throughout the next months, the next year, and of course, the next few years, right? I'm just talking about 2023, but it's really smart to have a 1, 3, and 5 year plan. That's certainly how I do it. Okay, awesome. Is this helpful? Give me a 1 in the comment if you are finding this helpful. Maybe you have a question, a comment. Excuse me. My nose tends to leak a little bit when I get super excited. 1. Thanks, Nat. Okay, my friends, we're going to go into another few minutes. I want to end this super helpful. Awesome. Thank you. I'm glad it's helpful. That's the point. And we can't leave, right? We can't leave without talking about spirituality. Because for me, the whole premise of my work, what I've been doing for many, many years, is really based on the solid foundation of a spiritual practice. I truly believe in energetic movement and energetic fields. I believe in God and the universe. I believe in mystics and saints and those who have come before us. I believe in my ancestors. I believe in nature. And for me, that is the most important foundation for all of these components to come together successfully. And so I want to just explore a few minutes of spirituality and to invite you to right now, connect right now into a deep presence in your life, a deep presence in your life that is loving and giving, a deep spiritual connection to an energy field. It may be God for you, it may be nature, whatever it is, but a presence in your life that is loving and giving, that you feel you can get nourishment from. So just tap into that. You can close your eyes if you want. You don't have to. It's helpful to close our eyes sometimes to go deeper inside and just to tap into this energy source that is loving and giving. It can also be a source of guidance that you feel deep inside of you, deep inside of your body. And just take a moment to connect to that source. Take a moment with your eyes closed, if you will, to quiet the internal racket, to quiet the internal ruminations of the past. Let go of any type of racket that might be going on in your mind, what you regret or you should have done better, just for a moment to suspend it. Let go of that for a moment and instead keep deepening your connection to a deeper presence, a presence that is healing, that is loving, that is supportive. And I want to invite you to cross into the threshold of awakened awareness. Awakened awareness. See yourself moving through 2023 with this guiding, loving force into awakened awareness. What does it mean to you, awakened awareness? Just be with those words for a moment and imagine yourself moving into being that guiding light for yourself, being in a state of awakened awareness for yourself. You might allow that sensation of confidence and humility and gratitude to arise within you. Recognize yourself also as a spiritual being. Tap deep into that recognition of your spiritual being. And take a moment now to project yourself a little bit into the near future of 2023. Move into 2023 as a spiritual being, guiding yourself, being your own light of awakened awareness. And allow for that sensation to build within you. Feel it deeply in your body. Let yourself be carried by the sensation of what's possible for you moving forward into 2023. To create a sense of freedom, to release attachments of the past, to open up the possibility to focus on what's working in your life, to focus on more happiness, on better internal dialogue. When you can tap into this freedom, your problems become manageable. They no longer take over your life. You change your perception of what problems might look and feel like. And this happens because you're more open. It happens because you have more available space inside, so that your problems, or what you think as a problem, dissipates, is minimized, is lessened. And so from this place, launch yourself into the philosophy of possibility from your spirit, from your heart. What is possible for you in 2023? What do you want to walk into? And it could be very simple. It could be one thing. You might decide to commit to consistency in 2023. One thing is enough, because if you do it well, everything else follows suit. So, my friends, if your eyes are closed, please open, come back to center. The magnificent sun in Montreal this morning. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for this year. Thank you for those who we've reconnected. A lot of you, we've reconnected through this weekly live. Thank you for being here. I want to wish you so much peace, so much inner peace. Please be mindful of what you watch on TV, on social media, on the internet. Please be mindful of what you read. Focus on what's working. Please make your list of what didn't work, of what did work in 2022, and then focus into moving into the philosophy of possibility for 2023. I'm going to be here every Monday for the entire year. I am also launching my signature program in June of 2023. There's going to be more information about that this month. I'm going to be broadcasting and launching more information about it. It's the Duchenne Method coaching program. It's my signature program, and this is a group program where you can join as of
We begin in June of 2023. It's a 6-month program, and I specifically focus on those of you who are already connected to this work. So you already have an idea of mind body alignment. You already have some sort of spiritual practice. You are already in the mindset of looking at the glass half full. That's for those of you who are already there. It's an intensive 6-month program with a retreat at the end of the 6 months. So we might all come together. And they are weekly calls with me, live calls, and with my team. There will be others. And we specifically look at how we develop mind, body, spirit, and emotional alignment through the system of acknowledgement, engagement, and support. So there will be more information this month about that. Just stay tuned. I will be posting it. And you can sign up as soon as I launch it if you are interested. Of course, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me and my team. One of the things that I'm super excited about this year is I have a very solid team, a support system behind me. So we will be here to support you and answer your questions. All right, my friends. Today's live is officially over. I want to say thank you. Thank you. So many blessings to you. Please have a very safe and healthy and peaceful and loving New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. I will be here next Monday, same time, 11 a.m. And next Monday, we are immediately moving into establishing foundation for what the Duchenne method is. I'm going to break down the proprietary system of acknowledgement, engagement, and support. So I'm really moving into dissecting what I am doing for my program in 2023. And we're going to start with that immediately next week so that you might have some insight into what my program is. And I'll be talking about it almost every week so you can really decide for yourself if this is something that is useful. I have an ask. This is the other piece that's going to be part of what I'll be coaching you in, to ask for what you need. And my ask for the end of the year is, please continue to invite people that you love and know to this group that you feel would benefit from this and who would also be interested in interacting with us. So please continue to invite people to request to join the Duchenne Method Facebook group page. And I want to ask you to please go to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel and to like my videos. Basically, it's this. I just upload them to YouTube and I have my video newsletters every week. So help me by liking and subscribing to YouTube, because this pushes the algorithms in the direction of expansion, so more people can have access to my videos, to see me. And then, of course, if it suits them, they can join us. So I'm really focusing on that type of expansion in 2023. That is my ask from you. I thank you in advance for being here. I love you all. Thank you, Nat. Namaste to you, my friend. Thank you, Sophia, Pranjal. Thank you to Sally. Who else was here that I may not be mentioning you? Just know that I am super grateful for your presence every week. I send you love. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Kisses. See everybody next year. Bye. Bye, Maxim, if you're still here.